So, bit of an update. I'll show you some stills of the work that's got us this far. But as you can probably see, the terminal station has been dropped down onto its permanent height, and a new back screen has been put up. The old one had got quite badly damaged, and started putting in the next board to join the terminal station up to the middle station. Still got a little gap to fill in and do that, and the end of the middle station has been reinstated, although I need to clear the old track bed in order to line the new one. So that's the progress. On the board here, just started marking out with a pencil where the tracks will be. The plan is that the far track from the double slip will go into a little freight facility, a little freight shed, something like that, just a little platform, and then the track, the main line track, will come down here, and it will then do a gentle curve before doing a bigger sweep back, just to try and increase the radius of that curve. The other track will be coming round following it, and then it's in a larger radius than it was before, so hopefully we'll get a good movement of the trains, and it will then come through and it will run to join on to the end of the double slips here, and a head shunt will run off and down the board for anything we need to use, and then we'll have a bit of space at the front where the ruler and pencil and point are for a bit of scenery. The layout's going to be slightly simpler because in the last version the two switch diamonds fed tracks that went down, and then there was a head shunt connection in the middle, so we got rid of one point end, which won't be a harm. But anyway, that's the sort of plan. Things are moving on. Quite a bit of tidying up to do in the terminal station. The retaining wall needs to be increased in height, a few things like that, but definitely feel like we're making some progress. Just need to get some more wood in order to brace the boards. Anyway, so I'll follow on with a few stills from the construction phase. So let's just go back and have a little look at how we got to where I am now, and starting with the construction work. The two tracks coming up from the bottom. As I mentioned in the previous video, I did some more tests. There was just the odd little bit, and I discovered that a bit of glue had got onto the web of the rail, and that was causing a slight derailment. So sorted all that out. It's well worth doing that before you go any further. Looking back to the terminal station, yes, the back screen on, a bit of a fiddle, and at this point the terminal station is still a little bit high and moved away from the edge, so I could get the back scene in and stuck down, and then I was able to move the terminal station back into its proper mounting and start supporting it properly. So you can see some temporary blocks at the front. Moving on, working out where the board would go. At the moment, just rested on some pots of glue, just to get the right size. Need to cut it to go around the conduit, and tidying it up in place. Still on its temporary mountings, but just making sure everything is going to fit. Now with the station dropped down, need to just make sure it's all level, so getting the level out, front to back, side to side, diagonals, trying to make sure that it's as good as you can get. And then continuing on with the board, beginning to mark out the track diagram, working out where things are going to go, and of course needing to join up onto the end board. And so by this point all the supports are in place, the boards are joined up, and just waiting for the final glue to go off before starting on putting down some of the track bed. So final shot just showing how I managed to work out the curves. A block of wood with a drill bit drilled into it, and a 24-inch steel rule or aluminium rule, using that as my sweep arm to measure the radius, marking it up on the board around the curves, and that meant I had to dig out quite a bit of the old track bed, as you can see, and the ends of the old tracks are just lifted up because they will be lined slightly differently, but hopefully to give a nice smooth curve.